Hello you. My name is Annelie and I'm in my late 40s. I want to tell you a little bit about my journey that I'm on right now. I live in Sweden, in the south of Sweden. We have winter right now. It's cold outside, it's snowing right now, and a couple of days ago it was raining all the time. So it's beautiful when it's snowing. I live in the countryside, and the snow is everywhere, and when the sun shines on it, it's magic. But when the sun doesn't shine and it's raining all the time and I have a dirt road, it's not nice at all. So this is how it looks outside my house today. Not the most perfect conditions to take a walk in. It's cold, it's wet, it's slippery. I fell 2 times yesterday. I'm not happy with it. But when the sun's shining, it's pretty here. Today's topic is gastric bypass and open heart surgery. So let's talk. I had open heart surgery 6 years ago. A valve needed replacing, and I had an aneurysm of the aorta. The surgeon stopped my heart for 40 minutes to do the replacements. I had written my testimony, said I love you to my children. It was hell of a journey. And it was hell of a journey coming back, I tell you. My journey was tough because I had 4 discs in my lower back that was injured. So I relied on crutches for months. I had gained a lot of weight. And it didn't stop there. A few years after the open heart surgery, the doctors discovered that I had rheumatism called ankylosing spondylitis. It's a difficult word, also known as Bechdrev's. It's a back rheumatism. And I had fibromyalgia. So I had a lot of pain all the time. Instead of giving up, stopped working because I couldn't work. I was working in preschool. I decided to study. I studied via internet at Umeå University because that way I could let my body recover and do something else in my life. I took a degree in religion that included psychology and sociology. I did well, but my body still couldn't move much. Every time I tried to exercise, I got severe pain for 2 or 3 days after, or even more. My sleep was affected. And yeah, to cope with it all, I comforted myself, often with chocolate. A few years went by like this. And in Sweden you don't have any use for a degree in religion outside the church or the university. So I started my own business. That way I could work at night when I couldn't sleep because of the pain. I could take pauses when I needed to. I could work around my crappy body. My heart was ticking on nicely, but I wasn't able to give it much support by exercising, and the weight creeped up even more. 2 years ago, I developed asthma and a mild sleep apnea. My knees started to hurt. I have over the years tried every form of diet. Nothing helps. I would lose weight, but then I gain it back again, and then some. You know how it is. So, gastric bypass. I reached 110 kilos or 250 pounds or something. I'm 163 centimeters tall or short. I struggled down to 100 kilos or 220 pounds. And then I decided I need to help my body. I don't want to die of weight-related disease. I want to be able to exercise again. I'm dreaming of exercising again. In my youth, I trained a lot on an elite level, and I don't need to come back to that, but I want to be able to move a bit more. I don't say that the surgery will relieve me of all my pains, because the rheumatism makes pain, but the heaviness does it worse, and if I can get rid of that, I can get a lot better than I am now. I've tried to lose weight on my own, and with the help of doctors. It doesn't work. A gastric bypass is not the easy answer. It involves a total life change. You have to change the way you eat, the time it takes to eat, and what you can eat, because too much sugar or fat, you dump. And when you dump, you feel awful. I think I need those tools to get to a better life. I hope I get very severe dumping when I eat wrong, because that can change my way of thinking, or help change my way of thinking. So, why don't I just change my eating habits, you ask? Maybe you ask. Well, I have. 2 years ago, I started studying what food does to the body, because I wanted to relieve me of pain. I was suffering all the time. I learned that carbohydrates and sugar increases the inflammation in the body. I learned that carbohydrates and sugar increases the inflammation in the body. I learned the importance of clean and unprocessed food. I mostly eat organic. When I eat meat, it's shot by my husband, who is a hunter, so we seldom eat store-bought meat. I cut down on carbohydrates and sugar. I stopped drinking ordinary milk because I found out that I was lactose intolerant. But still, it helped a bit with the pains, but no weight loss. I tried to exercise, but oftentimes I got a backlash and severe pains for 2 or 3 days thereafter, and more sometimes. I do yoga here at home, and I meditate. I've done so daily since, 2 years ago. So I started both with the yoga and with the meditation, and that's a lifesaver for me. I do a mild yoga upstairs, and I meditate for about an hour every day. A doctor told me that to lose weight I would have to eat about 500 calories or so, because I can't exercise so much, and no one can live an okay life on eating 500 calories a day without going mental. In Sweden, you don't have to pay for a gastric bypass if you get approved by the doctors. if you have a BMI over 40, or as in my case, you have a BMI over 35, and you have some health issues or other medical complications. If you're mentally stable, naturally, etc. Then you get your surgery. It can take time, but you'll get it. I got approved on the 27th of November last year, and our date was set to the 8th of February. But they have now changed that 2 times because they want to operate me on another hospital where they have a bit more advanced equipment, because I'm a high-risk patient with my open heart surgery. So now my operation is set for the 17th of February. So I had one life-threatening operation or surgery 6 years ago, and now I'm doing another. A surgery that I don't necessarily absolutely have to have. Am I crazy doing this? Maybe. Am I scared to do this? A bit. But am I going to do this? For sure. It is time for me to love me and to take care of me as best as I can, and my body as best as I can. I believe that the surgery can help me reboot. I believe that the surgery can help me reboot my body and my mind. I've been working a lot with my mind and my coping mechanisms and so on the last years. And if I can lose 20 kilos of the 50 I'm carrying around extra, I have not found any other person that has had open heart surgery and a gastric bypass. Am I the only one out there? Is my doctor doing this to get into the medical history books? Surgeons are a special kind of people. I remember my surgeon when I had my open heart surgery. Afterwards, they wanted to stay at the hospital all between 10 and 14 days. And after 4 or 5 days, I was pestering them to get home because I had a back pain and I wanted to get home to my own environment and my own bed and so on. Well, I was allowed to go home on the 5th day. My surgeon told me that he and I will be in the history books because no one had gone home that fast after open heart surgery. And his eyes was tingling with excitement when he told me that. But I don't want to be elaborate this time. I don't want to do the surgery if there's nobody in the whole world that's done it before. My surgeon has done about 3,000 operations, and I've forgotten to ask him if he's done it on somebody who has had open heart surgery before, and I will do that. But is there anybody out there who's done that? If there is, leave a comment below. And if you have any questions for me, also write to me. And if you want to follow me on my journey and support me, please subscribe to my channel. Take care.